Okay, Tony Vera got thrown to the ground, hit my head. They were on my back. The cop in the green army outfits. There wasn't National Guard. Really nasty cop. He wanted to arrest me. When they found out I was media, they checked. I had my press at 2 years old, and they said this is expired. I said it doesn't make a difference, man. I didn't get my new one yet. Looked me up on media, and I'm cut. They were arresting this black dude. So I was getting the footage, and that's the problem again. I'm shooting with my cell phone, and I don't have the big camera out.
How you doing, sir?
Those cops are out of control. Those Santa Monica police.
I know. Look, will you look me up on YouTube? My name is Ray White Jr.
Ray White Jr. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
The police had locked me out of my house, and I still haven't got none of my stuff back. My landlord had me falsely arrested, and LAPD is the one that went over there. I didn't have no eviction or warrant or nothing. Just look it up though, because I got 2 NAACP lawsuits, and I want to talk.
Can I show you a camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
My name is Ray White Jr. Cloud Records in Marina Del Rey. I'm reaching out to Tony Vera because he really gets the job done. At least he can do better than anybody else out here. I appreciate you for doing what you're doing, and I can see you on your way. But please just look out for me.
And then
This is a mural on my RV.
Wow.
Over the LAPD misconduct. You can look on the other side.
And what happened to you exactly?
The landlord paid the LAPD to break inside of my house, and she got me arrested for burglary of my own house.
You're kidding.
The internal affairs tried to cover it up, and it was all because she discriminated against me and my wife for being black. That was on the eviction. They threw out of court. She paid off-duty police officers to go in there, and they made us leave at gunpoint. Then I was kidnapped at gunpoint because they falsely arrested me. You feel me?
Was that during the coronavirus?
Yep.
You're kidding.
It was a couple weeks before the coronavirus. That was the reason why the landlord kicked us out, because they were trying to make sure that anybody that didn't want in their houses over there in Marina Del Rey, they would go ahead and get it out before September, before the law passed. So LAPD almost broke my neck.
Is that Pacific Division?
And we have two NAACP investigations right now.
Oh yeah, they gotta pay
the
you.
mayor and the police commission.
Yeah, they gotta pay you, man.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
I need somebody to reach out that's a lawyer.
No.
You know what I mean?
Okay. You got a webpage, right?
Yeah.
How do I contact you?
You can go to raywhite714period@gmail.com, and you can go to LinkedIn. Ray White is vice president of some corporation and CEO of Cloud Records, or you can reach me at 858-471-4002.
Okay, when I get home, I'll take out some lawyers for you, man.
All right, I appreciate it.
I've sued Mike Tyson. I won with him. I've sued a few people.
Check the other side out.
Okay. What's this mural? Explain it.
This is it's a mural on LAPD corruption, because of course they broke in my house. They took everything that we have, and they tried to make it seem like it was for investigations, but really the bail bondsman, it was owned by the sheriff's department, and it's the mere reason why there's gonna be no more bail bondsmen. It's because they were running racketeer programs. This is a whistleblower named Joshua Stacy. They came here from Washington, and he's like a brother of mine. He gave me like $500,000 to break the code from the abstract, The Last Will of Daniel Kellogg, which was given to Harriet Kellogg that nobody knew, because it was Harriet Tubman, a slave that he had married. So it was the deeds to the Underground Railroad. That's the Onondaga, New York Railroad to Syracuse. It's really how the world started. Daniel Kellogg, just to sum it up, Daniel Kellogg had bought the United States from the Native American reservations and the black slave reservations owners. He had bought all the property so that he could do the railroad. Any part where there's a railroad in the United States, Daniel Kellogg owns it.
Wow.
And so it was really to Harriet Tubman. Nobody knew that because she died without being able to be the owner of that. So anyway, it was an abstract nobody saw. One of Daniel Kellogg's kids had put it under a loan. They never opened it, but it was an abstract to the Kellogg's Trust, which Kellogg's cereal,
yeah,
and everything like that. So anyway, this is a mural on when they came to my house, and I have retaliation charges and everything like that through the mayor's office right now. But if you look at the other side, they got Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan's first game.
Come over here, show us.
Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant's first game, which is some people say was almost the gate to hell, because nobody had ever seen somebody thinking so hard and scared, and it was Kobe Bryant's rookie, his first game ever playing against his role model.
Oh yeah.
And so this is when Jordan described Kobe Bryant basically being his role model, because of course we're all looking up to him now.
That's unbelievable, man.
And just these are LAPD corruption. It's just going against the civil rights and our Constitution, and so that's why we got an artist coming over right now, and he's putting watch out, they'll hit you.
Okay.
He's putting Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy on there because those are the people that gave their lives and lost their lives so that we can be equal.
Okay, the eviction. How come they didn't give you your place back?
I pretty much know the law. I contacted the police department because the police states that the LAPD or whoever were there that day needed to let us back into our house.
Yeah.
Which they refused to do to this day. And yeah, so I don't know why. My son's ashes was in there. We're from
Wow.
Fort Worth, Texas. And so everything that we have, everything that we had was in there.
Sorry about that.
It was $5,000 a month for our rent.
Yeah.
And so my boss paid a whole lot of money, and they took all the cars. We had Maserati, Toyota, and inside of the garage they took an Aston Martin that Joshua gave me. Joshua Stacy, though, this is he's a whistleblower, and he's against any conspiracy and any type of law enforcement misconduct, or he goes after false cities. And of course they arrested him too within the situation. They stole a $900 million abstract. That's what the abstract of Daniel Kellogg is, the abstract to the Underground Railroad. And so they tried to cover it up. They tried to cover up me and his arrest, which I still have all the bond papers, and things like that normal people wouldn't still have. I have, but we had a 5-story. Well, we have a 5-story. I still have the lease for the 5-story beach home right here in Marina Del Rey. And instead, me and my wife, which is actually a 20-year anniversary for my wife, and so we're still on the lease right now, and we're standing outside of our RV. You feel me?
That's terrible, man.
And so that's why I just had this little mural put together, which is okay. I'm with my wife 20 years, cause this is really all I need. But I really want to go home. My son's ashes were on fleet. They, like I said, man, what else could I say? She paid them to kidnap me.
Well, you got to sue them.
Yeah.
They can't. You can't do stuff like that.
I just need a lawyer. I talked to a few people, you know what I mean. But at the same time, like with everything going on right now, me and my wife and Clout Records, we obey with the law. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge fan of the law. I study law doctrine, and so I know in every way. If you go to YouTube, go to Ray White Jr.'s Rights Broken by LAPD, you'll see I got like 28 movies of LAPD retaliation since the day that they started all this. And so I got like 8 cars that they took, and I have 15 cars inside of the Buffy's.
They just took it, huh?
Tow search. They take they take my things, and they say it's because of previous situations that I had, like whenever they came in, and I have it on camera on YouTube when they broke into my house. Me and my wife was in the shower. They started breaking in.
Did they have a warrant? No warrant?
No warrant and no eviction.
Come on.
The day before that, the landlord and the neighbors were outside telling my brother Josh, you know the deal. You're supposed to have no niggers and no thugs.
Wow. But they had already had it out for us.
So off the top, you know what I mean? It's like, and then LAPD, see, because you got to realize whenever LAPD break your rights or they break somebody's rights, they're not the only ones acting in that crime.
Yeah, they're getting
anybody that has informed them to go there to that situation is involved. And so that's the problem. I'm not even mad at those LAPD officers, because those LAPD officers are awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Officers, me and my wife have technology to be able to study them and see what they're doing if they're on active duty right now. Anybody, anywhere. And so we do that. And I have noticed that in my research, I haven't seen those officers act that bad since then. So I'm glad that they learned from that, but that don't mean that I can take back everything they done.
Oh, you can.
I can't even turn my neck still to this day, and they did that while I was in handcuffs. They drugged me out the hospital and refused me to have any medical care after they almost broke my neck, just because they were so mad of the fine, just because I knew my rights.
Yeah, they hate that.
Yeah, I knew my rights. And so as soon as I got to the hospital, I told the administration that I was being held against my will, because I do know my rights. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas too, and I didn't just stumble up on this place. I'm here to fight for veterans anyway. That's the reason why me and my wife been coming here 20 years, is to fight for veterans and skateboarders' rights. So whenever they broke my rights, it was unbelievable like that. But just the change ever since then, because whenever I got out of jail, the day my wife got me out of jail for $50,000.
How long you stay in jail?
For 3 days.
Wow.
And she got me out of jail We got right back here to Washington. My house is right there on Fleet Street.
Oh, you live down there? Okay.
Yeah, somebody had pushed my motorcycle over, so I got out to get my motorcycle off the street. As soon as I got out of the car, the police surrounded her, took that car. They said they were gonna take everything else that we owned from Cloud Records, and I mean they pretty much had. We have a V12 Aston Martin that the LAPD refused me of getting it back.
How come the sheriff didn't come? Because
The sheriff was the one. Off-duty sheriff was the one that was knocking on the door. Do you want to see the movie?
Yeah.
I know you're probably recording.
Okay, I can turn it
No,
up.
I don't care that. I love media. So. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Yeah, my wife's not hurting. I would like to be home,
Of course you would.
but of course, just a second. You'll see. I don't know if you want to pause that or something. But
Okay.
I just want
Talk to you guys later.
show you this